Technology. It's pretty much applying scientific knowledge to benefit human beings. Now, over the last few decades, we've been seeing rapid changes in technology, advancements like none other. Some people may think these advancements are brought upon us by robots. Others may think it's the doings of wizards, while others may think that it's people going into the future and bringing back said technological advancements and applying them to today. However, as I'll try to explain over the next few minutes, it's actually us. It's humans. It's me. It's you. It's everybody in this room. It's us. We human beings are the cause of technological changes. It's in our nature, and I will explain this to you in my short talk. The man on the screen with the funny nose, that's Adam Smith. He was a sociologist back in the 1700s, and he wrote many, many books. One of his theories, which I think relates to technological change, is the fact that he mentioned humans having a natural tendency to want to improve oneself. This just means that humans, no matter which point of their life they're at, will want to better themselves in one way or another. The kid on the screen is me when I was 14. Why was I so happy? Well, one of the reasons were this. My first cell phone. It had 8 preset ringtones, I could call my friends, I could text my friends, and most of all, I could play Snake. You all know what Snake is, right? Well, as the months went on though, I seemed to escape my honeymoon phase with this phone. I was in love with it when I first got it, but it was time to get a new one, or so I thought. I didn't need a new one because it still worked, I could still call, text, and use it as a calculator to cheat on tests, but I wanted a new one. Now, this ties into Smith's tendency he talks about wanting to improve oneself. I want to improve my cell phone that I carried around in my pocket. Now, this also relates to the next concept I'll be talking about, which is called perceived obsolescence, as outlined by Annie Leonard in the Story of Stuff project. What is perceived obsolescence? It means us thinking something is no longer of use. Thinking. Perceiving. That's pretty much what it is. Even when something we have is of complete use to us, we still think we need a new one. This is an example that I'm going to use Dr. Dre headphones for, the Beats. They're on your screen right now, and I'm sure you guys have all seen it before. On the bus, at the mall, on campus, everywhere. They're like viral. They spread faster than AIDS, really. So anyway, these headphones. My buddy just picked up a pair, but I asked him why, because a couple weeks ago, we picked up new Bose headphones anyway. And I'm like, okay, cool, we both have matching headphones. Isn't that cute? But tangent thoughts aside, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why did he get these new headphones? The other ones he has aren't even a month old. And I realized, perceived obsolescence. He thinks his old ones are of no use anymore because he saw these Beats and he needs them, when he doesn't really need them. It's what I like to call greed versus need. You want it when you don't need it. What's the point? I don't know. But companies are smarter now because they know people want stuff. They know people want new stuff. They know people want stuff frequently, which connects us to our next concept, which Annie Leonard also talks about in the Story of Stuff project of planned obsolescence. A jar of peanut butter. You might be thinking why I'm showing you a jar of peanut butter for a media project, of all things. I mean, first of all, I don't mean to offend any of you that may be allergic to peanuts. It's just what I had in my fridge. So, the reason why I'm showing you this is because if you look closer, I circled the expiry date. And now, the expiry date relates to my next concept, planned obsolescence, which is also talked about by Annie Leonard in the Story of Stuff project, deals with the companies and how they're making stuff with expiry dates, pretty much. Though, they may not be as explicit as the jar of peanut butter or a battery if you have them laying around, but they do pre-plan lives so that they can sell more products more frequently. Take, for example, my dad's old laptop. We paid about $1,000 from it about 5 years ago, and it still runs like a charm. I mean, it still has Windows XP on it, but it runs well nonetheless. Now, compare that to my laptop, which I had to dispose last summer, which is about a few months ago. I had to dispose it because it would only turn on 1 out of 10 times that I tried to start it up. And the one time it would turn on, it would overheat and pretty much shut down. Now, why am I telling you about my laptops? Well, it's because companies, they make stuff with cheaper quality products nowadays compared to products they used to make back in the day because they know people want more stuff. People want more, people want newer stuff, and they want people to come back for more. So if people need or want a new computer, they go back to those companies. Now, this is why planned obsolescence also ties into human nature, because humans, after all, they run companies, they run markets, they run everything on this planet pretty much, apart from the weather, which they will try to do eventually. But what I'm trying to say is that markets and product manufacturers will always try to make products for cheaper, and they plan lives so that they can sell more. Convergence is the last concept I'll be talking about. As Flew and Smith explained in their textbook right here, New Media, also known as my coaster, convergence is when different forms of media or different media businesses come together in a collaborative effort. They say that it can also be defined as one unanimous device that can house various technologies such as video, music, the internet, social networking programs, etc. Now, why then would this relate to human beings? Well, because it's simple. Humans want to do more. Human beings want to do more faster. Beings want to do more faster while looking good. Now, this is exactly how the workings of Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, Jimmy Wales, the founder of Wikipedia, and also YouTube, which had a trio of founders actually. This is how these different forms of media are coming together and forming this. Smartphones, tablets, these are the key to convergence. They hold and house tons of different types of media, and they satisfy people's needs for doing things faster, better, doing more things at once, and while looking good. To conclude then, I would just like to say that human beings are a vital part in advancing technologies we see today. Now, going back to what I talked about, it deals with human beings wanting to improve themselves, human beings thinking they need new technologies, and human beings wanting to do more, and wanting to do more faster and in style. Now, what does it say about the market then? I also talked about planned obsolescence. Now, this deals with markets being comprised of human beings. They are human beings. They want to better their conditions. They want more money. So they make these technologies partly because they want to keep in business. They want to make the new technologies because they know there's demand for it because they're selling to humans after all. I mean, they're not really selling to animals such as giraffes and monkeys. So I'd just like to leave you with a thought. Is there a dead end to this advancing technology we see? Or will it keep going? I don't know. The one thing I do know is that if we were to meet in a year, things we talked about would be totally different because technologies always change.